Armen Levack, 104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports, getting you ready for the NFL draft. We're excited. And what about Miami running back Duke Johnson joining us now on the Zappone phone? Duke, it's still a long way from the draft, man. Are you already getting hyped? Are you ready for this thing?
No, sir. I'm not getting hyped yet. I'm just waiting and working out and just getting prepared for the day. But we know it's a long way off, so we're trying to keep our emotions limited right now.
He's even keel, Levack.
Yeah, I mean, I got to tell you, the model that we've seen of the U, I mean, you don't expect you, and we spoke to your teammate Eric Flowers yesterday, the respect and the just friendliness. I mean, you guys have really changed that program, haven't you?
Yes, sir. I think that's a credit to our head coach. Coach Golden, that's something he's big on, and making sure you're respectful, making sure that you're doing the right thing, and making sure that not only we try to change, not really the image, but just be who we are and be who he and our parents raised us to be and help us to be throughout our college career.
Because, Levack, I'm with you. I think of the U back in the day with Michael Irvin and just the over-the-top obnoxious.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Do you still do those guys still play a part in the program? Does Ray Lewis and those guys come down and work out with you guys still?
Yes, sir. They play a big part. A lot of times talking to us, mentoring us, showing us the ropes, showing us the ins and outs of the business world, on and off the field, both. So, overall, I think they do a great job, all the guys. Even the guys who just graduated a couple of years ago, they still come back and give us the ins and outs from what they see, and so do the older guys.
Duke Johnson of Miami, running back, projected to be one of the top, if not the top, running back in this year's NFL draft. Duke, who's the running back that you look up to as a college player, someone going into the NFL? Who is it that you not even necessarily model your game off of, but look at and respect and try to emulate?
I have to say LaShawn McCoy. I think just the way he moved, just the way he make guys miss the open field, and his ability to go to the house at any given time. It's something I look at. It's something I like to try to do at the next level, and also catch out the backfield. It's something big for me.
Now, Duke, this year there's a lot of teams looking for running backs. The Jets are one of them. Did you get a chance to speak to the Jets, and how interested are you in being a member of Gang Green?
I'm very interested. I have no problem going there. I would love going to nice city. I actually enjoyed the coaches when we sat down and talked up there in Indianapolis for the combine. So it won't be no problem for me to go. I would really enjoy it, especially playing with the guys there.
I'm sure you did your maximum 15 interviews and then got pulled and poked and prodded when you went to the interview room. Do you remember anything specifically about that Jets interview?
Not really. I think it was I think the verbal communication back and forth. It was very friendly, very enjoyable. It wasn't really a big thing of trying to intimidate you. It was just talking and trying to get your point of view and just going back and forth in a friendly conversation. It wasn't anyone trying to be high and mighty. Something I really enjoyed.
Were there other New York teams? I mean, we are your home for New York sports. Were other New York teams interesting as well? I mean, you've drawn some comparisons to C.J. Spiller in the pro level. Did the Bills or the Giants talk to you either?
Yeah, I talked to both of them. Talked to both teams. Very interested in going. I guess anywhere that wants me, any team that's willing to give me a shot and be able to show what I can do on and off the field for the organization.
You're a hometown Miami guy, Duke Johnson, Miami running back with Armen Levack, projected to be one of the top running backs in the draft. This guy leaving the U as the all-time leader in all-purpose yardage. Duke, who was your team growing up in the NFL that you cheered for, that you watched?
My team?
Yeah.
I have to say the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I'm just a Miami kid, so I like to represent any team from Miami, any team local that I like. Most likely would be local guys like the Heat, the Marlins, the Dolphins, the Hurricanes, anything Miami 305 is for me.
Duke, are you ready? I mean, if a New York team grabs you, I'm going to tell you the honest truth, man. It is cold and snowy up here right now. Are you ready to make that kind of transition?
Oh, yeah, it's no problem. I think I had the best game of my college career actually in the colder weather I played in since I played college. So it's nothing for me to go out there and do it.
Duke Johnson, Miami running back. This guy's impressing us. Armen Levack, 104.5 The Team. Duke, I'm reading right now on one of your scouting reports because you know how it is. You and your agent, you guys sit down and, everybody breaks down on what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. I'm reading right here that in today's NFL, Duke Johnson is not an every down, 3-down back. And that is a weakness because if you draft Duke Johnson, he cannot be used on every down. What would be your response to that?
I think I don't really have a big response to that. I've been doubted since I was younger. So actually, since I started playing football, I've been doubted about you will never go to college, you will never graduate, you'll never do this, you never do that. And I just play with a chip on my shoulder and things like that. I don't really get to me because at the end of the day, everyone has their own opinion. All I can do is go out there and play football and show not the people who write that, but the people who actually draft me and the guys that I will be around every day, the players, the coaches, the GMs, the owners, those guys, I go in and show those guys what I can do and what I'm all about. I'm not really going in looking to show the analysts that what I can do. At the end of the day, I'm being drafted by a team, and all I can do is show the team what I can do and what I can provide.
Duke, what was it like at the Combine? How was that for you, the entire Combine experience?
I think the Combine was fun. I think I really enjoyed it. For all the guys that came, all the running backs, we had a great time. We bonded, we competed, we had fun. Interviews went great, and I think it's a great experience. I was just blessed to have the opportunity to actually go because I know there's a lot of guys that don't have it. And I think I was just blessed.
Duke, I think you're the first person we've heard say the Combine was fun. Everybody else is like, it's uncomfortable, it's awkward, it's not a good time. We're working out for people, we're running around in our underwear. You had a good time.
Yeah, I had a good time. I just looked at was being myself in the interviews and everything else. I look at it as it's a gift to be there. It's an honor. So I didn't really look at it as being dreadful and being tired because I know everybody don't get the chance to go there.
Duke Johnson, Miami running back, projected to be one of the top backs in the draft. Duke, you're around 5'9", 210. Is that accurate?
207.
Okay. So
right.
Being at 5'9", kind of a smaller back in the NFL, we talked to your former offensive lineman Eric Flowers yesterday at 6'6". The guy's basically the size of a Buick. What's it like? Yeah. You go to the NFL, these guys are going to get bigger and bigger. Being at your size, is it an advantage where you you get behind that big guy and then boom, with your speed and your agility, you burst to the outside?
Yeah, I like to think of it as an advantage just to be able to hide behind those guys. To where the linebackers really can't see me. They really have a hard time trying to figure out where I'm at. And then when you actually do, I think it can be too late at times. So people look at my size as a kind of weakness for me, a disadvantage, but I look at it as an advantage.
Dude, we talked to Eric Flowers yesterday, and I asked him, I was like, when you play Madden, what's your team? And he's like, man, I don't play video games. Do you play video games? Do you have a Madden team?
All day, every day.
What happened with Eric, man? He's broken.
Oh, I don't know. It's weird. I try to get him to play. He just won't play. He'll sit here and watch, but he refuses to play.
What's your Madden team, Duke?
My Madden team?
Yeah, whenever you get a chance to play Madden, what's your team?
It really don't matter. I play with some everybody. It all depends on who I'm playing against and what team they get.
Matches it up.
So, is being in Madden one of the biggest perks of about to being in the NFL?
Being in Madden? I think being on the college football game was big for me.
Okay.
Because it was my first game.
Yeah. Well, and
once you've been on it, you know what to expect. But
and then they got rid of it, which sucked, right?
Yeah, it did. I feel bad for these kids who came in behind me that always dreamed of being on the video game, and now it's over.
What about the kids and the college kids, too? They can't play it. The college kids that don't have that game to play. Like, that video game, NCAA, shaped my college career in my dorm room.
Yeah. All day. Especially, I think when it first came out, I was a freshman. When I was on it my freshman year, I really sat in my room almost all day. When I didn't have class or work, I actually played that all day with myself.
All right, Duke.
It was weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great way to keep people out of trouble too, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But Duke, all right. So here's the deal: you get your name called. First check comes across, you sign that thing. What's the guilty pleasure? What's the thing you're going to go out and buy?
Nothing, not with that check. My first check is going to a savings. I'm not allowed to touch that until I retire. So my first check, absolutely nothing. My guilty pleasure, what I'm buying is my dream car, what I always wanted to buy, which is a '68 Camaro.
Yeah. Look at you. That's what I want, man. Come on now.
Yeah.
That's a good answer
dream
too.
Car.
Yeah.
I built it. It wasn't running or anything. Well, it cranked and stuff like that, but I built it and putting all the pieces to the puzzle for the car. And that's something I always wanted to do since I was a kid, was actually just build my own car. And my '68 Camaro is what it is.
So do you know how to build your own car? Like, do you know cars? Like, under the hood?
I'm learning.
Ooh.
I'm actually learning.
Dang, man.
It's kind of tough, but then it's not. And once you look at it, everything looks like it goes somewhere. And once you can figure out everything where it goes, I think you'll be fine. That's the hardest part, just figuring out where everything goes.
See, that's impressive by itself. I have a hard time just putting gas in my car. Like that, like an oil change. I have buddies that do you do your own oil change?
Do I do? Oh, no, not yet. Learning everything.
That's a goal, though. Woo, I like that. Duke Johnson of Miami. Hey, Duke, when you look at the draft, guys like Todd Gurley, Melvin Gordon are in there. I read, some stories that have you in front of them, some behind them. Are you the best running back in the draft?
I think at the end of the day, I bring more to the table. I think I have the biggest value. With those guys, both of those are great running backs. They showed it. Todd Gurley showed it in not that many games last year before he got injured, and Melvin showed it all year. So I think both of those guys are great running backs, and they're going to do some big things at the next level with whoever drafts them.
There he is, Duke Johnson, Miami running back. Look him up on Twitter at @DukeJohnson_8. Duke, all of the luck to you, man. And if you go to a New York team, I promise you, we will drive you nuts. We will stay on you. We'll get you back on the show because, man, you're a smart guy, and we wish nothing but the best for you, dude. Have fun throughout this rest of the process over the next month or two, okay, man?
I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.